Hi everyone, my name is Richard Santoro and I welcome you to Third and Zen, the YouTube channel where every week I'm sharing a spiritual message to nourish ourselves, heart, mind, body, and soul. Today I want to talk about this. As you can see, this right here is an apple. I have loved apples my entire life. It's one of the few foods that I can remember always loving and eating all the time since I was a kid. We find ourselves now also in the time of the year, autumn, the fall, where especially where I live and in other parts of the world in the country, apples are in season. People go apple picking. I was just out east on Long Island, got myself an apple pie from the best pie place on Long Island, Briarmere Farms. It was fantastic. Every morning I eat an apple for breakfast, sliced apple with some peanut butter. I love apples. I can eat an apple right now just biting right into it. I love them sliced on sandwiches. I've had, very good. I love them in salads. Had it yesterday in a salad. It was really good. So yes, this is an apple and I love apples. Perhaps you like apples. This is a Honeycrisp apple. Perhaps you're a fan of Gala apples or Fuji apples or Granny Smith or Macintosh or Red Delicious apples. Maybe you don't like apples at all. Maybe you prefer them peeled. Maybe you like them sliced. Maybe you like them with peanut butter or without. Maybe you're like me and you love them chocolate dipped apples. I love making chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered apples. Maybe you like apple pie. Maybe you prefer apple crumble. Maybe you don't like any of the baked apple stuff. I don't like baked apples, but I like apple pie, like apple crumble, like little apple tarts, very good. I don't like applesauce. Maybe you love applesauce, but don't like apples. Maybe you like apple juice. Maybe you don't like apple cider. I like both. Maybe you don't like apples at all. Maybe you love apples. Maybe you're like me and you have different opinions on the different types. There are certain types of apples. If the supermarket doesn't have Honeycrisp apples, I'm in trouble because they're the only apples I want to eat with peanut butter for breakfast in the morning. I'm so routine oriented. If they don't have Honeycrisp, I don't know what I would do. I would survive for sure, but it would be a challenge. So maybe you like apples. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't like them universally. Maybe you like them with different variations. But we all have our opinions, our thoughts, our feelings, our perspectives, our viewpoints on apples. But guess what? It doesn't matter. This is still an apple. Regardless of our thoughts, our views, our opinions, our feelings, however we think about this or feel about it, or whatever our opinions or beliefs or whatever about this apple, doesn't matter. This right here is still an apple, regardless of what we think or feel about it. And therein lies the rub. That's the point. Our opinions and our judgments and our thoughts and our viewpoints and our perceptions and our blind spots and our biases and all the ways we think and feel about things color our outlook on the reality of so many things. People, demographics, history, issues, individuals. But just because we hold an opinion on people, places, things, whatever, beliefs, doesn't mean it's the objective reality. This is an apple, regardless of how we feel about it. Our judgments of it, our opinions of it, make no difference whatsoever to the reality of the situation, which is that this is an apple. It's probably why Jesus taught so much more than anything else aside from love on judging, as in don't judge others. That's why he preached so much about it, because it colors human beings' viewpoints on everything. And the reality of situations often escape us because we are colored so much by our thoughts, our opinions, our viewpoints on things that we don't remember sometimes, or we don't see clearly that this is still an apple, regardless of how we feel about it. You know, in the mindfulness and meditation space and in that wisdom, there is a technique for meditation and for just living in reality called labeling. And it's exactly what it sounds like. But instead of labeling in a negative way, in a judging way, we are labeling in a reality type way. So if we're meditating and a thought crosses our mind, we label it, that's just a thought. Or if we're thinking about something, that's just an opinion. Or if we're thinking about something, Thinking, we label the action. So we separate ourselves and are able to zoom out and see the action. Thinking, thought, feeling, emotion, judging. These are all things we do when we meditate, and also when we are just navigating the world around us, to let us know that what's going on within the mechanism of our own internal makeup, our heart, our mind, our soul, is often coloring how we see the world. Opinion, thought, feeling, reality. This is an apple. We don't always see things as they are. I think it was Anais Nin who said it, and I might get the quote a little bit wrong. We don't always see things as they are. We see them how we are. And an apple is an apple, whether we like apples or not. And again, to get back to that spiritual fruit, pardon that pun, it's a reminder that people are still worthy of love and dignity and kindness and respect, regardless of viewpoints, opinions, thoughts. People still have value and worth and are worthy of dignity and respect and love, regardless of thoughts or opinions or judgments or biases or blind spots or viewpoints or whatever goes on. Christians, we are to look at other human beings as value and worth and just as much of worthy of love and value and care and kindness and acceptance and empathy and understanding and generosity of spirit and giving and empathy and patience and sympathy and love and embracing, whether you're a Christian or not, whether your beliefs are different than not. And non-Christians, this is still a reality of our human existence. It doesn't apply to just Christians, whether we are Christian or not, whether we are believing in Jesus or not. We are all human beings, worthy of value, worthy of love, worthy of kindness. We don't need to be a Christian to abide by this. It does help, though, if we're a Christian, that we have been taught so adamantly by Jesus and so abundantly to love one another. People are people, and value and worth of human beings isn't based on our opinion. It is not based on our viewpoints. It is not based on our thoughts, our judgments. It doesn't matter what our world views are. It doesn't matter what our political views are. It doesn't matter what our personal views are. It doesn't matter what our cultural views are. It doesn't matter what our religious views are. It doesn't matter what any dogmas, any voting, any leaning on cultural or thoughts or beliefs or anything. Our opinions don't change that this is an apple. That was an acorn falling on the table. And our opinions and thoughts and views don't change the fact that people are human beings and they are worthy and we are worthy of value and love. This is an apple. And like all apples naturally, it required soil. It required nutrients. It required air. It required some sort of care from whether it's human beings or creation and nature around it. It required all of that to be created, just like us. We all need love. We all need care. We all need kindness. We all need that kind of love, respect, dignity, care, and value from other people in order to grow into the best versions of ourselves. We don't need people's viewpoints, opinions, thoughts, judgments. We don't need people's perceptions or ideas of who, what, how we should be in order to be in order to be worthy, in order to have value and dignity, and to be earning of respect and love. It comes with us regardless. We are lovely and we are awesome and our true amazing selves regardless of what anyone else thinks. And conversely, we ought to see everyone else in the same way, regardless of our own thoughts and opinions and beliefs. This is an apple, regardless of whether we like apples or not. This is an apple, whether we like apple pie or sliced apples or apple cider or apple juice or apple sauce. It doesn't change the fact that this is an apple. And likewise, we are all in this world human beings, and we are all worthy of love and kindness and empathy and understanding and tolerance and patience and acceptance and all the goodness that this world has to offer, regardless of thoughts or viewpoints or opinions, or how somebody's thoughts and judgments navigate how they see us. This is an apple, regardless of thoughts and opinions, and we are all worthy of love, regardless of thoughts and opinions. Thanks be to God. Amen. Okay, my friends, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for checking out the channel in today's video. I hope you found this message fruitful, no pun intended, and I hope that as you go forward on your journey, you remember that you are worthy of love and care and kindness and acceptance and all the beauty and goodness of this world from others and from ourselves, regardless of thoughts, feelings, opinions, and judgments. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great journey. I love you all. I wish you nothing but peace, love, and fellowship with God as you go forward. Take care. Ciao, ciao.